Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Real Business Roundtable. We are happy to have Chris Sennott on the show. Today's episode is called Don't Fear Change. In entrepreneurship, business ownership, we face opportunities to help us go to the next level. Now, obviously at face value, it sounds great. Everything sounds great. But once you peel back the onion, you have to use your intelligence to identify good opportunities from the bullshit. Now, the main piece here that's super important is not to fear change. Because if something's working for you in business, it's very important for you to have that open mind that change might drive progress. Now, Chris, I just wanted you, because I'm always babbling on the show, I'm always talking. I wanted Chris to kind of share the importance of adopting change and improvement in your business, which is construction. When it comes to materials or processes or things that are presented to you that could improve things. As an entrepreneur, how important is that to you? And can you give us like some examples of, things to improve, whether it's better equipment, better insurance?
So change is always going to keep you one step ahead of everybody else. Mm-hmm. If you constantly just stay in the same method, same system, and you keep doing the same things, eventually other people are going to catch on. They're going to do the same thing that you do. If they're doing the same thing you do, you're not different.
Exactly.
You have to keep moving forward. Walt Disney said it.
Yes, exactly.
Keep moving forward.
You got to keep moving forward. Or like Tony Robbins says, constantly improve.
Yep.
That's super, super important. I think people get set in their ways. They see a little bit of success. They put a little bit of money in their pocket and they're like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do forever. And when you're presented with opportunities for something that might need change, don't put up the wall and don't reject it all the time, because that change could drive the results that you're looking for. It could be better materials, better processes, better network. So let's say somebody is hesitant on networking, shaking hands. That networking could have created opportunity for you to meet the right people that could maybe help you drive your business a little bit more streamlined. So it's always good to shake hands. It's always good to explore new technologies, new processes, and things that might be coming down the pipeline that if you adopted it, you are traveling the road less traveled. And I think that's super important for people not to fear change. Travel the road less traveled because it's less saturated. There's less competition.
How do you, within your company, how do you test new opportunities? That's something that we talked about in a past episode, is having the ability within your business and setting it up so that you can test new opportunities. How do you do it within your process, business, whatever it is?
I just jump right in.
Yeah.
And
that's a way to
fearless.
You can see a lot of results from that type of
stuff. Just fearless, just do it.
Yeah.
Once you do it, then you'll know.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you stop doing it.
Yeah.
If you you don't know until you try.
I remember when Chris got going with us, he was sitting at the conference room, like my team was all like formal, like presenting the new website. They're like, all right, Christopher, we're going to go over this and that and that. And Chris is sitting there like this. He goes, it's better work.
That's it.
I felt so much anxiety. I was at the end of the table. I'm like, oh shit.
So it's a lot of money. Better work.
This better work.
You two talk is the greatest thing, because like your personalities clash so much. It's like it's funny.
Oh, it's not because we could look like we're brothers.
Oh yeah, what was it, your cousin?
What? Who?
Dustin?
Dustin? Yeah.
Yeah. Dustin was like, oh yeah, he could be your cousin or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
We're not though.
Yeah, no relation. Just we both hail from Massachusetts. I live in New Hampshire, but I'm from Mass originally. All right, so I wanted to chime some light on when you're trying to do something different, right? No bullshit. There's always a little bit of anxiety. There's always a little bit, because if you're going down a road less traveled and it's less proven, like some things we discussed today, it's a little scary. It's a little bit scary, but you can't fear it.
No,
you gotta go.
Nope.
You just gotta go. Obviously, the vendor or the person trying to introduce you to this process has a code of ethics and it's not bullshit. You got to be careful of that, because sometimes if something sounds too good to be true, you got to be careful. You got to take a second look, consider it, get an understanding. Again, in business, it's super important. So when you are presented with these change possibilities, that you use logic. That is a big piece of how my business brain works. It has to make sense. Logic. For example, when you're driving down the road and you see a sign that says no turn on red, and there's no reason why you can't turn on red. Why? There, my friend, my love. There is an example of something not having logic, and it makes me very angry. But living in a civilized society, I can't break things. I can't go crazy. So I have to use logic everywhere I go. And in business, if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't make revenue, if there's no profit, I start to go, does this even make any sense? Is this a long play? Is this a short play? What am I doing? But if going down that road less traveled is going to put my business in a highly unbeatable competitive situation where you have such an edge that you're untouchable, right? Mm-hmm. That is something that you need to, again, you got to calculate, you got to weigh and balance. What's the opportunity for you to make that change? What does it mean? Does it mean that you're going to capture 80% market share? And then you calculate what you would make from that change, and it's just logic. It's just basic mathematics. Literally, we just in the other room just doing it. So like, that's an example. So like, that alone is a big piece of facing the change. So it makes sense. It has logic, has legs.
That's one of the reasons why a lot of people can't take being an entrepreneur, right? It's all about risk.
Well,
it's evaluating that risk and understanding it and taking that risk and weighing it and making sure that it makes sense, while taking a risk, right? I mean, we all started a business taking a risk, so that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
And fear. I mean, you cannot be afraid.
Absolutely.
And most of us are young enough, if we were to fall on our face, you pick yourself right back up and you do it again.
Yeah, I remember.
It's valuable to start early.
I remember.
Time.
Correct.
Time is the most valuable.
Yeah, I remember years ago. I
could never get it back.
I still have him on my team, but I have a guy has a skill that's very expensive. Very expensive. It's a piece of the puzzle. And he came and he was interviewing with me and he was saying like what he wants to make, and I'm like, I looked at my business partner. I was like, we have to hire him. Like, we don't have a choice. I was like, I might have to take a pay cut. But that move was an investment to go down a road less traveled, because I knew that no one around in the near area had a guy or girl of that caliber on their team. I knew for a fact, because it's a very, very specific skill set. Made the move, killed it. Rich! We killed it. So I made that move. I went down that road less traveled, and I just dug my heels into the ground and just said, you know what? Fuck it. Nike, just do it. Cue the Nike logo.
I was thinking more Shia LaBeouf, but okay.
Just do it! So, we just wanted to create this short and sweet episode, quick little snapshot with Chris, and just let all the entrepreneurs know that are watching, if you're faced an opportunity, use logic, make your calculations, and decide whether or not that move is worth it to you for your business, for your career, whatever it is. But make sure that you use logic and don't fear the change. Analyze the change, consider the change, and most likely I would recommend that you just go for the change and hit those goals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today's episode.